All right, now that you've gone through the preparation phase of your straight razor shave, next thing to do is have your shave. I want to start by taking my straight razor in my non-dominant hand. I open it with my right hand and point the blade upwards. I open my hand up like so and put the razor right along my first knuckle there. My thumb sits right behind the blade, and this way I can see what I'm doing in the mirror, and I can also control the angle of the razor pretty well. I take my opposite hand, I stretch my skin, and I bring the razor in at about a 15 to 30 degree angle, just pushing through gently in short strokes like so. You don't need to use the whole length of the razor at once. Just work with whatever's comfortable. I keep my skin stretched because that's going to prevent me from nicking myself and also make the hair stand up a little bit better. Now I start on my cheek because it's a flat area and it's very easy to get the hang of the right angle and pressure in this section before you move on to a trickier area of your face. Now as you get down to your jawline, you've got that curve, and I think the instinct is to kind of try to curve the razor around your face like so, but that can be a lot less accurate and a lot tougher than it seems. So whenever I can, flatten my skin out by stretching it. This makes it easier to shave, keeps that skin nice and tight, and when you release, you've cleaned up that area without having to change your angle once. The same technique can be done as you're moving down into the neck, but in the curved sort of recesses on the sides of your neck, it's a little tricky to get in with the blade. Now most straight razors have a curve built in on the tip or the heel, and so you can use that to your advantage to work with the curves of your face. Getting to the chin, things get tricky. This is usually the last part of your face that you'll master. So really what you want to do here is contort your mouth and don't be afraid to make some silly faces. If you don't look a bit foolish, you're probably not doing it right. And rather than think of my chin as one big problem, I try to break it down into smaller sections, just working with the tip of the razor, doing tiny little areas at a time. This allows me to be more precise and focused, and just do a better job in general. And I keep a wet cloth here just so I can keep my blade clean without having to run it under the tap all the time. As you get lower down on the chin, you can bring your finger in and just stretch like so. Now what I'm doing here is shaving downwards, as you can see. This is a good way to start to get the hang of the razor, but the more you learn, the more you'll want to work with the grain and the direction of your hair to get as close of a shave as you can. Now when you get down to the neck, it flattens out again and things get pretty easy. If your lather's getting a little dry, don't be afraid to touch it up with a little more shaving cream or water. You really don't want to shave over a dry lather because it can be quite uncomfortable. So just get a little more moisture in there. Now, as you get down towards the Adam's apple, things get a little bit tricky again. So you can either stretch your chin up to flatten that section of your neck out, or you can move the skin to one side, shave there, and then move your skin to the other side. That way, never going over directly that bone, just kind of working around it. On the left side here, some folks like to use their left hand. I prefer just to hold my razor more like a kitchen knife, and you'll see I've kind of changed my grip a few times here. And I just work same as the other side. I find this grip really easy to work with. You just want to be careful because your hand can kind of get in the way of your eye. So just make sure you can always see what you're doing. Always keep your skin stretched out. Again, along the jawline, just stretching upwards like so. And then we get to the lower neck, nice and easy. And there we go. Now when you're learning to use your straight razor, you're going to be slow, and that's okay. You want to start, like I said, by going in one direction, nice and easy, get the hang of the razor, get comfortable with it, and then as you learn more about the razor, you'll learn more about your face as well. You want to kind of figure out what directions your face or your hair grows in and start to follow those directions. I always shave with the grain of my hair at first to cut it down short and get it nice and smooth. And then if I want a smoother, closer shave, I'll shave in a different direction. People with tougher skin can shave against the grain, whereas people like me with sensitive skin, it might be better to shave perpendicular to the grain. It'll still give you a close cut, but it won't be as irritating to the skin. Happy shaving.